Hi, welcome to this series of reading and discussing through my book, Parenting with Purpose and African Wisdom. My name is Dr. Gladys Mwiti. Today we look at the legacy of industry and hard work in this chapter on passing legacies as a parenting principle. So the legacy of industry and hard work, using African proverbs and using biblical proverbs. The African proverb we are using is coming from the Congo. You are beautiful, but learn to work, for you cannot eat your beauty. And then the biblical proverb, as a door turns on its hinges, so a sluggard turns on his bed. The sluggard buries his hand in the dish. He is too lazy to bring it back to his mouth. Okay, let's look at the meaning of these two proverbs. First, the Congolese one, you are beautiful, but learn to work, for you cannot eat your beauty. It's a tongue in the cheek, wise saying, appreciating the gift of beauty. However, it reminds beautiful African women and their daughters, and by extension, handsome men and their sons, that it is easy for an attractive person to be drunk with narcissistic self-admiration and spend all the time engrossed in showing off their physical attributes. Such people end up with misplaced energy. Instead of settling down to studies, housework, farm work, and regular employment, they spend time seeking for admirers and never seem to have enough admiration. With time drunk with the effect they have on people, they fail to tell the fake, manipulative, or abusive admirer from the real one. Finally, in foolishness of self-absorption, they lack the perception to avoid exploitation. Wisdom and good judgment should remind them that work is a necessity because personal needs of food, shelter, education, training, and later on industrious work must be met, and this can only happen through consistent, conscientious living. The biblical proverb, as a door turns on its hinges, so a sluggard turns on his bed. The sluggard buries his hand in the dish. He is too lazy to bring it back to his mouth. The emphasis here is on literal understanding that a lazy person loves to sleep and snores and turns this way and that, just like a door attached to its hinge. Just like hard work, idleness can become a habit that affects the whole individual. And the effect of idleness is spiritual, it's mental, physical, academic, social, and even relational. That is why instructing children in industry cannot be dismissed as of no essence. Industry also means hard work or steady endeavor. Other ones are constant diligence, systematic effort, or habitual employment. Employment here does not mean working for someone, but refers to keeping busy or occupied. The opposite of industry is laziness and indolence. It also means unwillingness to work, sluggishness, or nursing a laggardly, lazy-bone attitude. Indolent people avoid hard work. They seek lots of gain for minimum pain. One may argue that society has many wealthy people who do not have to lift a finger, and yet they drive big cars and live in posh homes, or because they have learned to defraud, bribe, extort, and steal. However, Solomon was quite aware of such people when he wrote this proverb, and the shortcuts to wealth were as common in his day as they are in our society, where people are quick to argue that the end justifies the means. So Solomon concludes, "The wages of the righteous bring them life, but the income of the wicked brings them punishment." Any parent who truly loves his child will model industry, diligence, and hard work. He will clarify that the only treasure that is worth boasting about is that which is honestly gathered, for this brings no sorrow with it. Wealth that is dishonestly gained or hurts another brings with it curses and death. And many a parent have passed curses on to their children. It follows that a little that is honestly gained will bring with it blessings to the family. However, much gained through corruption and fraud will reap curses and pain for many generations. Industry, hard work, and diligence are worthy legacies to pass on to our children, complete with the patience and the pain that accompanies steady work and the sweat of honest enterprise. Steadiness presupposes the ability to withstand the peer pressure of running after quick riches. Parents committed to the value of systematic hard work will remind children that as the young ones steadily climb up the ladder of life, they should not compare themselves with those who ride up fast as if on a roller coaster. This is because those who excel slowly through diligence will often meet the fast riders plummeting downwards through the great fall that certainly follows the cheat and the defrauder. Some of these people rise fast, fall hard, and even die miserably. Those who may not fall or die leave riches that cause destruction to those who inherit them. As we emphasize the legacy of hard work, we bemoan the many lazy young people in our society. Some of them lack parents and adults to model hard work and steady work. However, other young people and young adults are downright disobedient and refuse to work. It seems that I hear more stories of young men than young women who will not work. We get a lot of this from parents' meetings. My daughter wakes up, she goes to braid hair, she goes to hustle somewhere, but my son will wake up, eat, sleep, go out, come again, and eat. What is a 30-year-old man, you wonder, doing sleeping all day in his father's house? He actually wakes up to eat, showers, watches television, and repeats the same story that he cannot find work. Others get jobs, but they quit soon after, complaining that the pay is too little or the work is too hard. There is some truth that our education curriculum is sometimes unrealistic, preparing our children for white-collar jobs in clean offices, away from the toils of the common man. Not all our children will end up in these offices, however. A good number will have to learn to create wealth in farms, cottage industries, building sites, and to hustle in their own way. This reality suggests parents' involvement in the kind of curriculum taught in our schools, because any teaching must be practical, relevant, realistic, and rewarding. What happened, for example, in Kenya, we used to have 4K clubs, where children used to compete raising horticultural produce, and actually they would have little farms in school and little farms at home. We used to have polytechnics in Kenya, vocational colleges that used to absorb children not gifted in academics and train them in other skills. Because the fact that I cannot get A in math does not mean that I cannot be a mason, a carpenter, electrician, a plumber, a vehicle mechanic, or sew clothes. All these are worthy exploits. But alas, many of our children have been taken and pushed into university campuses where even sometimes they don't want to be there or they are getting their Ds. This could be costly short-sightedness. Parents, keep reading this book. Get a copy from the bookshops or on Amazon, and let's keep passing on the legacy of industry to our children. Bye.